So this is the new beta for the Friday the 13th game, which is going to be coming out next year, and I got a chance to play around with it. One thing that this game has is local in-game chat, so anybody who's in proximity to you is going to be able to talk to you and you to them, and that includes the killer. Mine's fine. And so you're not going to be hearing me talk a whole lot.
Did anyone else get away?
From the actual game. And so, because I don't want to tip off the killer where I am. So what you just saw there is an indication to me that the killer has just used one of his powers near me. The killer has four powers. The first one, which is available to him, is basically one where he can teleport across to any point in the map. And if he comes near you or uses one of those powers near you, you get that little flickering notification. So what I'm going to end up doing here is I'm far enough away from him. I'm going to fortify this door. He's already murdered somebody. And that's bad. So Jason can only get through doors. He cannot get through the windows, whereas the counselors can, in fact, get through the windows. So it's a good idea to get once you get in a building, to fortify the building. Now, Jason can tell that you're in a building. Well, with one of his powers, he can, and it unlocks relatively early. Yeah, I can hear you. He gets a little red indication that you're in a building when he uses his sense power. So, as far as escaping, there's basically two ways in the beta at this point that you can escape. In the top left-hand corner, you can see somebody's already managed to call the police, and the police are on their way, and they will arrive in 5 minutes. I am currently on a radio calling Tommy Jarvis. Now, as far as I know, there isn't any... That doesn't help you escape, other than that when somebody dies... once you've called Tommy Jarvis, a person is allowed to then come back as Tommy Jarvis, and only one person is allowed to come back as Tommy Jarvis, and they get a gun which you can use to stun Jason. But the other way to escape, actually, is to get a car going, and there's two cars. I happen to find the keys in one of those drawers back there. And so that's one out of the three things that we need to get a car going. We also need a battery and a gas can.
You got keys for the car.
So that's what I'm looking for here now, is one of those other things so we can get a car going. Like I said, the police are coming, which is a good way to escape, but it's also a good idea to keep your options open in case Jason ends up blocking the exits. And you can see in the top of the map there's two ways that the police can come from. So they're only going to come to one of those two places. So you got to kind of guess right or make your way over to the one. But anyway, so I'm going to keep looking around here. And what I just found there is a knife. And the knife I can use to stun Jason. So one of the things Jason does, he can just kind of melee attack you, which will injure you. The other thing he can do is he can grab you, and that's pretty much what, if you're playing the killer, you're going to try and do, is grab people, because once you've grabbed somebody, Jason can pretty much insta-kill you. He has to kind of, and the only reason he might not insta-kill you is because he might try and get you to an environmental object, which could give him like a neater looking kill. There's different context specific kills, so if you're up against a tree or whatever, sometimes he can smash you into the tree, or smash you through a window, or smash your head in a doorway, depending on what he's near. But anyway, he's basically able to kill you instantly. But me getting that knife, I can stun him if he grabs me, and that will allow me to escape his grasp. So I'm going to continue looking around, seeing what I can find. Police are less than 2 minutes away, though, so it's looking less and less likely like a car escape is the right maneuver. Now if you get, and here I find another knife, which I accidentally swap out with my first knife, and then I switch to my firecracker so I can have 2 knives instead of firecrackers. The firecrackers you can use to mess with Jason's sensibility. I have yet to actually successfully make a difference, but theoretically that's a thing that you can want to do. One thing that these characters have in this game is they do have different stats, so they don't all play exactly the same. My character is not as quick, but she's smarter than some of the other characters, and different characters are better at different things. She has better composure than some of the other characters, which means that when Jason approaches, or if you see a dead body, you are less likely to lose your composure. And here Jason just showed up. If you look at the mini-map, he now shows up as that red icon, and here he's coming running right behind me. And as I mentioned, it's at this point for me, it's hard to tell when it's worth hiding or not, because if he uses that sensibility, you will show up red on his screen if you've lost your composure. And I don't think I have at this point, but it's not a great idea to just wait for him to come and grab you to find out. So, but now I'm 5 seconds away from the police showing up, and I happen to be, I shouldn't say happen, I kind of worked my way up to the exit. But now Jason just teleported right next to me, and he's also aware that the police are here. Unfortunately, you can see there's the exit. The police didn't show up to this exit, but Jason's right on top of me. He grabs me, and because I have a knife, I'm able to stab it into him, which stuns him. Now I've apparently lost my composure here because Jason's in the vicinity, and I lost my HUD and my indicators. So I just have, now they're kind of slowly coming back. Jason has teleported away from me. He's trying to get to the other exit, which is where the police are actually at, to try and block people from getting out. So that actually worked out in my benefit. You can see on the map there it showed where the police were. And I've still got a couple of survivors. There's one right to my left here, and then there's one up ahead. But Jason is also up ahead. So I'm going to slow down here because
up ahead.
You can see below my mini-map there's a little red semicircle which is completely depleted, and now I'm just going to try and build that back up. So when Jason does actually show up, I can actually have some stamina so I can try and run past him, because I'm going to have to get past him because he's blocking that exit. Now I do have an ace up my sleeve in that I happen to have found another knife, so if Jason gets a hold of me, I can stun him one more time. And he's using his powers. Boom, and there he is. Almost grabbed me. Which, like I said, I would have been able to stun him and get away, but the exit is far enough away that I'm not 100% sure I would be able to get out. I'm trying to find him. And he's up ahead. Go now, go! I got this guy. I got him. Go! Run! Go! And boom, we managed to escape.